Can you hear me now? Okay, guys. So the volume, I guess something was going on with the volume, and I do apologize. I do apologize. So let's go back to the very beginning of where we were. So this message is definitely on the vine, and it's on staying connected to the vine, and it's about the branches. So we had technical difficulty early, but we still got some time. So I started off in this verse, guys. It was we're going to do a little recap. It was in John 15:5. I am the vine and you are the branches. And if you remain in me and I in you, you will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. Okay. So what does that mean? It means that Jesus is the vine and we are the branches. We are the believers. And without those two connections, we're thirsty. Like we're going to die. Like we have to be connected to the source for life and for oxygen and everything else. There's also another verse in Solomon. Actually, it's a Song of Solomon, and it's chapter 2, verse 15. It says, catch for us the little foxes that ruin the vineyards. Okay, so these two verses are going to correlate with each other because I want to go over some things that I've learned that how we can do things as humans, we can do things in the flesh that will ruin our connection, that will ruin the vine, that will ruin the branches. We will not produce fruit, and we'll just have a dried up looking ugly old tree. So 5 things I want to talk about, guys, is I think these are the top 5. I mean, there's probably so many that we can think of as humans. But number 1, unforgiveness. All right. How do we keep our branches healthy? How do we keep our connection to the vine? We got to forgive. There's always that one person when the pastor starts talking about forgiveness well, you need to forgive others. And there's always that one person that you think about that has done you wrong, messed you up, broke your heart, just straight up tortured you in all kind of different ways. So you always got that one person, and you have to ask, have you truly forgiven them? Do you pray for them? Sometimes you're like, nope, I'm not praying for that person because they're not worthy of my prayer. So is that what God says about you? Well, you're not worthy of my prayer. So we cannot have unforgiveness in our heart, guys. Ephesians 4:26. Do not let the sun go down while you are still angry. All right. And do not give the devil a foothold. So if you're mad at your person or your spouse or your boyfriend and they don't upset you and you're laying in bed mad at them, God says, do not let the sun go down. So you need to lower your pride, get up, have a conversation about it, and don't go to bed angry, guys, because when we go to bed angry, we wake up angry. All right. So we have to forgive and we have to do our best not to go to bed upset. And unforgiveness it's the enemy's way in. And if we're allowing these things in our life, then we're just allowing doors open for the enemy to come in and just be in our lives and just be nasty, guys. And we don't want that. So we have to not have unforgiveness. It's not a part of a healthy branch. That has to go. Number 2, bitterness. All right. Hebrews 12:15. Look at each other so that none of you fail to receive the grace of God. Watch out that no poisonous root, okay, of bitterness grows up in trouble, you corrupting many. What is bitterness, right? What is it? Are we going around unforgiving people? Are we going around with bitterness because somebody offended us, because somebody said something we didn't like? Are we bitter because that person has a better job than we do? Are we bitter because they got married before we did? Are we bitter because, something just didn't go our way and they got the promotion we didn't? What are you bitter about? We can't carry that. The branch won't allow that, guys. And that's in Hebrews. It says, look after one another. We're supposed to look out for each other and so we can receive the grace. Number 3, gossip. Okay. With a G, capital G. Okay. Proverbs 16:28. A troublemaker plants a seed of strife. Gossip separates the best of friends. Okay. So there's a time in your life where you gossiped. Okay. We're just going to be real. You have talked about someone when you shouldn't have, but you did it anyway. It could be someone in your family. It could be one of your friends. It could be somebody at church. It could be something that you just straight up started talking about. Now, we can't gossip. The Bible says that if we have something wrong, we've been offended or someone has done something to us, the Bible says we have to go to them. It doesn't mean go to your neighbor. It doesn't mean pick up the phone. It doesn't mean talk trash behind their back. Because at some point, guys, you know it's going to come to the light. You know whatever you said wrong about somebody, that person is probably going to tell somebody else, and they're going to tell somebody. And at some point, you're going to be exposed. So not only are you going to hurt someone else, you could ruin a good friendship. You could create a big problem with yourself, and you could ruin relationships. So we do not need to gossip about each other. If somebody's doing something that you don't like, or again, go to the person. And what else does the Bible say about that? It says, if you've got a speck in your eye, then you cannot point the finger at somebody. And, it's like in the Bible when Jesus said, hey, if you haven't sinned, you can throw something, and nobody was able to throw anything because there's no one perfect other than him. So we have sinned. We are sinners, and we shouldn't be talking about people because there ain't nobody on this world that's more perfect than God. So if you have something going on and you want to talk about somebody, guys, please. I've been hurt by gossip so much. I've been gossiped about. I had drama happened this week, matter of fact, and it hurts. It's painful. It was tearing for me. I definitely had some emotional tears about it. It was somebody that I loved, and it was just betrayal, and it hurts. And I would have preferred them just to come to me. Number 4, critical spirit. Ephesians 4:29, and never let ugly or hateful words come from your mouth, but instead let your words become beautiful gifts and encourage others. Lay aside bitter words, but instead be kind toward one another. Has God graciously forgiven you? Then graciously forgive one another in the depths of Christ's love. So don't be critical. Don't have that critical spirit where you're criticizing other people. Come on. It goes back to gossip, having that speck in your eye. You shouldn't have a critical spirit, okay? Number 5, we're ending with this one, guys. Selfishness. Oh, we hitting some ones. Okay, out of all these 5, how many of these do you have? Do you have all 5? Do you have 1 or 2? Or you might have all 5 of them. Selfishness. So Philippians 2, verse 3 through 4. Don't be selfish. Don't try to impress others. Be humble, thinking of others as better as yourselves. Woohoo! Don't look out for only your own interests, but take interest in others too. All right, guys. So how do we keep our branch healthy? How do we stay connected to the vine? How do we stay plugged into the source? That is the everlasting source that will supply, multiply, all kind of stuff for us. All right. Unforgiveness, bitterness, gossip, critical spirit, and selfishness, guys. Leave that out. If you've got any problem in this area, go to God and ask him for help, because we're human, we're flesh. These are things that we are led by because God gave us the flesh, but we have control over the flesh, guys. We can go to God. We can ask for help. God will answer your prayer. So I hope this message has been helpful. I'm sorry about the audio earlier, but hey, God saves the best wine